So the environmental strategy for Cairns Airport really is derived from our overall purpose, which is to sustainably grow our aviation businesses for the benefit of our community. So from that we developed an environmental strategy, which is a big focus of that is reducing our impact on our local environment. Primary elements of that are a pathway to being carbon neutral for scope 1 and 2 by 2025, so reducing carbon emissions. We're looking to reduce our landfill waste by 50%. We're looking to reduce our water consumption by 50%, and we're looking to also protect the natural environment and the habitat around the airport. Anybody who's visited Cairns Airport will recognise that we're bordered by a pristine mangrove environment which leads out to eventually the Great Barrier Reef. So we're working really hard with the traditional owners, the Irukandji Land and Sea Ranger program, to preserve that natural habitat, but also to provide access to local community who are really interested and committed. So restoration of the Jack Barnes Boardwalk was really well received locally because it provides access for school groups and environmental groups to observe this environment. What we discovered while doing this work was that it's also home to a number of endangered species. So we have put together a program where we're looking to preserve and protect a number of endangered species in conjunction with the traditional owner groups to foster the redevelopment while also preserving the wider ecosystem. The project, which is linked to what's called a sustainably linked loan, and this is only the second loan of its type in the world, where we receive a modest interest rate reduction for protecting the natural environment, and we're then using that money to reinvest back into protection of these endangered species. So the first phase of the project is complete, and that was to audit the entire environment. And so what they determined there was there actually is 9 different ecosystems within the mangrove environment. There's actually wetlands and dry lands and all sorts of different kinds of ecosystems in the broader environment, and there are a number of endangered species. So we shortlisted down to 5 endangered species, and we've now picked out 3 species that we're going to focus on. And so what the team are currently working on is developing restoration programs for those particular species, and then we're going to get into the 3rd phase, which is to actively encouraging the rehabilitation. As part of protecting the mangrove environment, we're working with Deakin University in some groundbreaking work to quantify the volume of carbon that is captured and preserved by mangroves in their natural state. So this is leading work that, once this is quantified, will enable particularly some of the traditional owner groups who have native tidal land that has mangroves on it to protect and preserve, but also use funds from the sale of blue carbon credits to put back into restoration of the natural environment.